Welcome once again to some bonus battles. Tonight we're going to be doing the Doom and Doom Plus battles in the Logres collaboration event. The first one here is the Doom battle, which is against two Griffins. This is a battle I remarked in my guide that would be difficult if it wasn't so early in the event, so of course here they are. The metal conditions for this are to defeat them without being KO'd, to exploit their weakness to fire attacks, and to afflict them with slow. Technically, you only have to hit one of them with fire and slow. For this battle, I am going to be bringing a slightly more mage-oriented team than I normally do, once I switch to the team I'd set up for that purpose. I'm going to be bringing Yuna in place of my third melee, and I'm bringing Bartz in place of Agrius because I needed a celerity user. I'm bringing Shelga because they're vulnerable to blind, so I'm not as worried about their physical attacks. Although they do have an attack which ignores a physical attack which ignores defense, which may be problematic, especially since it's AoE. So I'm going to attempt to blind both of them. Aside from that, one important thing to note is that once they hit 60%, they gain immunity to single target white and black magic. So, and also possibly status effects. The Google Translate's not exactly clear. So that's a little, you have to kind of mold your strategy around it. That's why I'm bringing Yuna with summons. Other than that, it's a fairly standard party. Terra is probably going to run out of spells before the end just because I don't have that many spells for her. Here I'm going to bring a Sentinel's Grimoire. Stone Skin. I also want to bring one not on my friends list, so I still have those in reserve. One thing to note is this is not as high a difficulty as normal Doom fights are. Normal Doom fights are difficulty 140, this is difficulty 130. This is much like the Garland Doom fight in the Final Fantasy I mini-event, kind of mini-event in the Anniversary Celebration. That was also difficulty 120 or 130, and significantly easier than most other Doom bosses. We'll see how difficult this actually is. They have 149,551 hit points, which isn't really too bad. That is 300k hit points total, but they're AoEable. Yuna's bringing my fire damage requirement with Ifrit, since I already had that honed up before. Alright, that slowed one of them. That's all I need as far as that's concerned for model conditions. I'm going to focus on this top one first since it's already slowed. Actually, I'm going to focus on the bottom one because the top one's already slowed now that I think about it. I didn't bring Diaga on Lena because I didn't want it to be nullified by their Typhoon Wall ability. Okay, and that one's blinded now. I'm going to try to land blind on this other one too, but it might slip into weak state before then. Not quite yet. Still not. You'll know when they switch into weak state because they will immediately cast a spell on themselves. It looks something like a haste spell, although it's not technically haste. It actually directly increases their speed. That's it, right there. Okay, good. It looks like that doesn't clear their statuses, it just makes them immune to further status effects, which is excellent, because it means you can blind them ahead of time. Oh, wow. It doesn't just make them immune to single target black magic, it makes them immune to all black magic. That's good to know, I guess. So Terra can just basically do nothing. Yuna's ultimate here should finish off the bottom one. Maybe. Maybe not. That didn't do it nearly as much as I thought it would. That's fine. Birds can finish it off. They are both in weak mode now. Which means Terra is completely useless. That was their defense ignoring attack. I wonder if that'll work. Oh, right. I should have remembered that Yuna still had efforts left. I didn't need to have parts attack it. Yeah, that's considered black magic, so it misses. Worth a shot. And by the way, that attack is the reason why I placed an emphasis on blinding them. Both of them using 1500 damage, irresistible attacks on the party could lead to real trouble. But with them blinded, usually only about 1 in 5 of the attacks will hit. Obviously, the earlier one, 3 out of 5 landed, but that's just statistical aberration. That'll happen. And that's that. This was fairly easy, even with the surprise of them being completely immune to magic, except for summons. Obviously, this is not a boss you want to bring a mage party to, because you will probably lose. Other than that, pretty straightforward. If you do remember to bring a blind, it's probably a little bit more dangerous if you don't, but even then, if you have an AoE heal, it only does 1500 damage. I wasn't reducing their attack at all, so they didn't get it. That's the most damage it will deal. It is a power crystal for crush, and then some black wind and power orbs if you wanted to hone Tornado Strike. And I will see you shortly for the Doom Plus battle.